Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more Legal Ads action. It is season number 19, and the caster emeritus has returned for some Saturday Night Lads, as one does sometimes. We have, of course, two very exciting teams on both sides. At least in terms of name value, very exciting teams. Proud Papa Seals on the Radiant side, Rice Boy, Math Magician, the twins, Froggy2 Demon Dog, aka Andy Bendy, and Salve Salmon 37, aka Jim, as well as longtime associate Sauce, taking on Lechuga, featuring, of course, longtime amateur Dota League legend, friend of the channel, Logical Dota 2, alongside all-around good guy Jamie, Mips, and Roughneck, and very much long-time amateur Dota 2 gamers. So, hoping for a fun series tonight. Looking at the records, Proud Papa Seals will come in as certainly a favorite, if not a bit of an overwhelming favorite. I'm not quite sure what happens. This is what happens when I'm not involved too heavily in the admin affairs. Next, the logical team is going 2-10, so I'm not quite sure what happened or how it happens, but I'll have to fix that next season. I joke, of course, but it is always nice to get on the mic for a night, even if it's not the most common occurrence and will not be for the next probably month and a half. I am hoping for a bit of a more serious return in January with the new year, but work has gotten me very, very busy in this time of year, so you have to be settled with a random ad hoc Saturday cast at 9:13 Eastern Standard Time. Luckily, I've procrastinated through the ban phase and the pick phase. Banned so far: Beastmaster, Elder Titan, Silencer, Juggernaut, Muerta, Undying, Queen of Pain, Jakiro, Dawn Breaker, and Shadow Fiend. First pick, the 8th pick, of course, is that Timber Saw. The response 9 pick, Rubik. And now with the 13 pick, we have a Shadow Shaman again. Seems like we're seeing a number of these heroes that are good. See, normally, at least historically, when I cast it, at least I had somewhat of an idea when the heroes were good. Now I just kind of trust that Logical. Logical, I know he's a tryhard player. He enjoys winning Dota games. Even if he's not winning Dota games, he enjoys winning Dota games. Ergo, he will pick good heroes. On the Radiant side, I think because Sauce is drafting, they will be a little more inclined to want to pick tryhard heroes. Hypothetically, if a different player was drafting, there might be some different heroes selected. But even then, both of these teams have players who have historically gone outside the box to throw off their opponents. There are multiple core players in this lobby known for playing core enchantress, Logical and Jim, the two players if you're curious. Though in different roles in different patches. I do hope for the sake of the contents, the sake of the viewers, we do get some cool, wild, and wacky heroes. Seems like nothing too crazy, though. Of course, Disruptor, Rubik in particular, can be, if nothing else, aesthetically pleasing heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, one thing that could turn interesting
Seconds remaining.
is what's going to end up happening with these later picks here. 18, 24 come to mind. Now, Logical will have the 24 pick. I fully expect it to be his hero because he's Logical Dota 2. Unless there's some, again, having played with Logical in the past, unless there is some overwhelmingly broken hero that he wants, say, at like 8 pick or whatever, he's going to have his pick be 24 because he knows that in these sort of leagues, he will always be the focus of a lot of the game plan. Especially when these Radiant players kind of know, hey, we're gonna get this Logical guy down, so he's gonna want 24 picked at the very least, get the best opportunity to select his hero. Hypothetically, if he was Radiant this game, he'd want 18 pick, but he is not. He's got the second pick, therefore it is time for a 24 last pick. Now, question now is, do they... I mean, I would expect potentially a core hero here at 18.
10
But you honestly never know sometimes with this particular permutation of 5 Dota players. You might just get something interesting. I will say though, this could be a is that a Roho Fire Flu? In current year? Oh my. I better call this guy on Discord. I haven't talked to Roho in too long. Let's go dial up Roho Fire Flu, shall we? I'm just gonna dial him on Discord. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if he just responds randomly. We're now joined
Badger
by
Pablo.
Roho Fire Flu. It's been a while, Roho. How have you been?
I'm good. How are you? You sound rather busy
Yes,
as
I
of
have
late.
been extremely busy, but
Uh,
not busy enough to cast one best of two on a Saturday night once.
I mean, it's a pretty good one to catch. So
It's one of those things where I had some time on my hands. I nothing that I wanted to do or something I had to do for work happened tonight. I was like, you know what? This seems like a fun series. I got my boys. Let's have some fun here. And now we have fun on our hands.
this does seem fun. Honestly, I am so out of the loop. I didn't even know that Proud Papa Seals was a team. Like, this is so hyped to me. This is like discovering, like, I don't know, every single one of your like favorite fucking football players is on the same team.
That is fair. It's one of those things where, obviously there are a lot of Rojo associates in this Radiant team, of course. They all have run in your circles historically at the very least, so.
Yeah, I'm big fans of them. But obviously, Lechuga is full of some classics, some really classy fellows. All around good guy is famously. I mean, he's kind of filling the mid lane void that you left, Badger. I don't know if you've seen his mid or heard of his mid tide hunter at all, but it's been going pretty strong.
Is there actually a mid Tide Hunter player in Lads in current year?
Yeah, I've played a game of mid tide hunter. All around good
What?
guys played it like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I did
What?
play a game. I played a game with tide hunter.
What happened to Dota?
We won.
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's just lads. I think
Did
it was
I
just
retire at the wrong time?
5 seconds remaining.
maybe. I mean, it didn't feel bad when I played it, to be honest. But I don't think it's like a mainstream
Team ban.
kind of thing. Also, uh, this Radiant draft looks really OP, Badger. I know you don't get the chance for too much Dota these days, but it's looking very strong. I must admit.
10
Yeah, it's one of those things where, it's one of those, I come in now, it's a bit more of a stranger than I normally have,
Team pick.
I'm more of an expert on different things than Dota nowadays, sadly, so. This
Oh.
SD hero, he's very aesthetically scary, though, so.
Yeah, Shadow Demon is probably just about as good as you ever expect it to be, which is like pretty good. And then I would say the rest of these heroes for Radiant are quite meta.
10 seconds.
Dragonite and Timbersaw especially are heroes that I personally like to ban every game. And the last time that we didn't ban it in our lad series, I died like 3 times to mid, and then we banned it the next game. So it's a strong set of heroes. I'll admit. And for Lechuga, Rubik, unfortunately, Badger, not in the best place in the world, and the rest of the heroes on the lineup are pretty iffy.
See,
Oh
Rubik
my
is never
god.
bad. Let me tell you why, Rojo. Because as long as the enemy team picks good spells, you have good spells.
That's what you think. That is what you think, but then you don't get level 6 until like 11 or 12 minutes, and then you steal one spell, and then you get caught by a glimpse, and then you die, and then you no longer have the spell. So
I'm seeing the problem here.
it can be tough. I'm expecting, I expect Jamie actually to. I feel like I've seen Jamie do some pretty crazy things for Lechuga, so I would actually expect him probably to accomplish a decent bit on the Rubik, but this is this one looks dicey. Logical also going with the Lena carry, which I think Badger is always precarious. I mean, even when this hero is strong, right? I'm sure you've seen it die in some very comical and strange ways because the hero is just really squishy, but it's not very strong right now. It's a pretty
It's one of those
niche pick.
things. It's like he knows I'm casting this game because I played Logical like 4 or 5 seasons ago. It was just picking Lina like 9-pick every other game that wasn't banned. So he's bringing back the old meta. He wants me to understand the hero again.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of dealing damage, it's a very good Lina game. In terms of getting gone on, it's a very difficult Lina game. So that might be good for Logical. I mean, I've seen him. He's been playing like a decent bit of Muerta and stuff, and the concept of that hero and of Lina is kind of like, if you die randomly in the mid game, your game gets really hard, and if you don't die randomly in the mid game, you're the most OP hero on the map. So Logical's a pretty good player for that kind of discipline, I would say.
It's one of those things though where it is going to be a very, very tight window because you cannot truly go late game this game. Because hypothetically, say you go ultra late game this game, right? There's SD with Ags, there's Scepter with Blink Ags. They just use all the spells on your hero, and then what do? You just can't use items, you can't use spells, you're just dead. So Logical has to actually end the game before what? Minute like 43 or something probably, if not even earlier than that, so.
Ideally, yeah. I mean, depending on when Andy gets his blink on the Dragonite, this game could be, I think, very hard. None of these heroes like being jumped on by a DK, and then this position 1 DK as well is it's a pretty good scaler. Oh, the Beagle Pablo.
I don't think
Followed
Sauce
by
knows
Sauce.
what day it is. It's not Friday. It is most certainly not Friday. But it is Saturday. We do have some Dota on our hands. I was thrown off mentally by that comment, but all is well.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, this is a definitely. I would say, Badger, you would be a pretty big proponent, I would think, of not ever electing to play against Timbersaw or Dragonite if you were a more prominent player in this patch. Because you already know the concepts, obviously, of these heroes, but their numbers are also just like ridiculous. So not only are they the same heroes they've always been, they're like tuned up like a step above.
It's just one of those things where there's a couple of through lines through the last, say, 20 years of Dota history, right? And there's certain things that are good. One thing that's good, lockdown. What does DK have? Lockdown. What's another thing that's been good for 20 years? Not dying. What did DK and Timbersaw never do?
Mm-hmm.
Die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're pretty ridiculous. So that should that'll probably be a pretty big factor, I'd say, in this one. I also personally I feel like Disruptor SD with an Ember, like their draft just like kind of all fits neatly. The Lechuga lineup's pretty. It's kind of just like a million magic damage, and you hope you kill somebody. And then if you don't kill somebody, it gets really bad, really, really, really quick.
I would agree with you on that one. It's one of those things, people die when they take damage, and if they're not dying when they take damage, then the game is very, very difficult.
Yeah. I mean, Timber players nowadays usually take a decent few points in the passive. Obviously, like in olden days, you'd always take a lot of points in the passive. Then people kind of switched to never doing it. That was really close on the glimpse. I like that look.
He really wanted that. And he's mad. He's mad.
Ooh, B word in the all chat. The stakes are high. Oh. Stakes are high. I'm pretty sure a good guy can also break this Ember Shield level 1 if he wants. I think he can.
It's one of those things where I'm not doing the math on this one, but you're probably right about that one.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. My gut feeling was that you should not level your Flame Guard versus Zeus.
Hypothetically, you could have went it at maybe 2 and 3, but well, too late now. It is simply too late. It has already happened.
Ember is also Ember plays a lot off chains these days because the facet chain gang is quite powerful. It lets you hit way more units, throw your remnant out, get the extra hits. So it's a very strong spell. So maybe a slight blunder by our good friend Rice Boy.
I'm just happy Chain Gang is good. It's one of those things. It just feels wacky.
Yeah, no, it's quite good. Quite good. Oh, going on to Mips.
Yeah, good two-man stun though from Logical. Really hitting both in the very edge of that LSA there.
Yeah, that was good. Also, Jim notably took the facet that generally people don't, which is the Shredder or I believe that's what it's called. It releases the little things when you use your Timber Chain. So I think that makes sense in this lane because he probably wants more points in Timber Chain. Against Shadow Shaman Lina, you can't really hit them with Whirling Death, obviously, but it does hurt your like mid to late game a lot. It's really, really nice for laning phase, but it hurts your damage a lot on that hero. Because the other facet is so strong. And ooh, Matt,
It might be
didn't
our
bring him
first
back.
blood, or never mind, no first blood. They tried their hardest, and one more hit will do the job. Jamie's gonna go for it
Yeah,
anyways.
Fairy
But Fairy
Fire.
Fire will
Ooh,
keep him
baiting.
alive, and now Jamie has been baited. A first blood goes side of the Radiant. It's Andy and Math who will split it. Good bait there by Math. And he wants more. He's not going to get more, but he wants more.
Yeah, I like Math. I like his spunk. You
Oh,
know?
he's dead. He's actually dead, but it'll be worth it. Nope, wait, never mind.
But it's good spunk, you know? Like, sometimes you die, but it's really about the message that you send. And I think that was a good message.
Can he return full HP, full mana? Don't use your courier. You know, I'm here to cope for Math. I've been in lobbies where Math has coped for me. I'll cope in return.
Yeah, I feel like Math is kind of a friend of coping, you know? Generally a big fan of that. I am getting I'm getting news from Brightside Dota 2 that Ruzi is locked in on the mid Skyrath in his series,
I see.
which I think is quite exciting.
That is very exciting. It's one of those heroes that's, you know, no matter what happens, it's always interesting. Whether it goes well or badly, it's a very interesting game. Hopefully for
Yeah,
Skyrath
I've been
mage
playing a lot
players,
of
it goes
this
well,
guy.
but...
Yeah, I think it's rather fun. The Skyrath these days, you have Meteor Hammer Badger. Doesn't that
Wait,
just
what?
feel good?
On Skymage?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of wild. Top
Oh,
lane, there is a fight. Will
good
somebody
stop.
die? LSA is there
Oh,
on
no.
to Mips is running
Think
along
Sauce is
mana.
dead.
Logical slaps him on down. There's 6 stacks of poison, but Jim knows it is time to leave. The battle is lost. Let's be some good
Yeah, a
damage,
little
but no
over
kill.
aggressive. I think that Sauce can chill a little bit in this lane. Go stack for his Timber. Maybe look at the mid rune. I don't think he needs to help too much. As Rice
Speaking
Boy.
of mid, I barely caught the kill there at the very end. Rice Boy simply, with 3 points from Flame Guard, dove the mid tower, brought down Zeus. Not quite sure how it happened, but it's good for Rice Boy and his fans.
Yeah, he's owning. I mean, the CS is ridiculous, and
Speaking of owning, they're
gonna
going to own Jamie bottom lane. The lift is fantastic, but is it fantastic enough? Mass still wants the blood. But no blood, simply a wound.
Yeah, the CS is looking pretty tough for Lechuga, I have to say. Even though Logical is doing well, he's not doing well enough, I think, to have justified this Lina quite yet.
I would agree on that one. It's one of those... You really want Logical to do well on a hero like Lina. You want Logical to do well in general. If he's not really popping off in his lane, and you're also losing your other lanes, it's never a great sign. Speaking of possibly losing lanes, mid lane, never mind. Thought there'd be fireworks, but no kill.
Alive. Oh. And very interesting build from Good Guy. No points in Lightning Bolt.
It's true.
Good Guy, he likes the... I mean, a lot of mid Zeus is just max Lightning Bolt from what I've seen. But just going for the maybe heavier farming build. Going on to Mips.
Yeah, there is a
Does
fight
have the
top lane.
passive.
Certainly somebody will die. Jim dies the tower. One more hit does not do the job thanks to the innate on Shaman, but with the Timber Chain forward, that will be the kill.
Better.
Logical still wants to fight, but again, there's more stacks of the poison. It's time to leave. Simply accept your support is dead.
Yeah, not only do you want to be giving up a kill, so the lane's so far not very good for Lechuga. They definitely want... I mean, when they're heading into a lane or lineup that's this strong, I think you definitely want a more significant kind of lead. And Roughneck, these days on Centaur, you go kind of this Helm Dom build. Very often you go Helm Dom on offlaners, right?
Of course,
but it means
of
that
course.
you're pretty delayed on most of your timing. Sauce at least goes down.
I mean, once the Helm Dom does come out, it should be pretty powerful, but until the Helm Dom is done, it's just not the best stats in the world. I mean, it's nice to have armor and HP regen, but it's also more nice to have like an actual item that does immediate things, of course.
Yeah, and it does mean usually that like whatever next item you're going for, usually that's the blink or a pipe or something. It's a little bit delayed. Helm Dom's like 2,400 gold or something. It's an expensive item.
Well, I believe you. Mid lane, there will be a dive. Remnant forward by Rice Boy. Zeus is level 5, out of mana, and will be out of HP sooner or rather than later. Last hit will, of course, go to Ember Spirit. And there goes the Rice Boy. Meanwhile, bottom lane. Thought they might go on Andy Bendy, but he is indeed playing Dragon Knights, therefore he's fine.
Yeah. I'm just getting triggered like just looking at these lanes because I'm like, wow, I'd really love to do something if I was like this Rubik Centaur, but you kind of just can't. Even if Andy like missteps, like it's really hard for him to die. The same goes for a Jim.
And it's one of those. I mentioned it during the prelude to the game. It's again DK and Timbersaw. They just don't die. They've never died. They never will die. It's simply their hero as a concept, and that's the problem.
And the issue is that nowadays they also have very significant damage to go with. So kind of scary. Ember as well. When you're this far ahead, like Rice Boy, he got this regen at 6. Really lucky rune.
Yeah, I mean, we do see a Rubik on the way, but will it matter? Let's find out. Lift back into the tower. Grenade is there. Rice Boy remnants away. He's at about 1/4 HP, still regenning. Never mind, no longer regenning up. Is he going back?
He's gonna try to go.
He wants
I think he should, honestly. He's very strong.
Here we go. There's the chains. Math is on the way. Jamie's half HP. Zeus is half HP. Glimpse back on the Rubik. Down goes the Rubik. Rice Boy is 3-0. And again, there's no punished top lane. There can't be punished top lane. There's no punished bot lane. It's only a Centaur. This is not going very well for the Dire team.
Mips needs to leave this lane really bad. You're looking on to Jim. Oh, but he has, raindrops and the stick. Okay, of course, as I said that, he almost gets a kill, but Mips is overstaying. I think there's no reason for this Shadow Shaman to be in the top lane anymore. It also means that Logical is only level 5, and I think he should have a lot more levels on the Lina in particular. Mips is not on runes. Mips is not TPing mid when there's a dive. Not going through gate to help Roughneck. This is I really would like to see Mips be more active. I think Shaman has the potential to and doesn't really want to be trapped against Timber.
Well, instead of going active in another lane, they'll try to do something with Timbersaw. But again, Timbersaw, as you mentioned, raindrop plus, is just a Timbersaw, so nothing interesting happens, Roho.
Yeah. Relative or mildly interesting build from Jim. Very like normal Timbersaw stuff, but still going in. I mean, see, this is the other issue too. Rubik doesn't have 6 yet, so rotating on this hero just feels,
Timbersaw
Jim
does
is
have the
going.
6. He's the one guy in the lane with 6 right now. He knows it.
Yeah. This is part of the issue with the soaking the levels, but also part of the issue with giving Timbersaw away is that there's 3 heroes who deal predominantly magic damage in his lane, and they can't do anything to him. In fact, he's killing them.
Dude,
Finally,
if I'm Sauce, I'm giving Jim the mango right now. Jim needs this mango more than he does.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on himself! Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
He's diving
Well,
top lane. Mips is going to certainly die here, barring a miracle. Stampede was used. He's channeling. But it will not matter. LSA is there now. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Logical for Applesauce. And as a result, it'll be a fantastic trade for the Radiant. And they want more. There's subs. They saw the blood in the water. Shaman goes down. 2 Math Magician. They'll head to Jamie. But they get a 3-piece. And that's a combo for the side of the Seals. And, well, they did kill somebody, but it's a Shaman. That's a low-value kill. And, well, bot lane, we see Rice Boy once again rotating on the way, looking for Roughneck. There are no chains. The mana was lacking. But will it matter? Roughneck has low HP, he'll stomp, he'll walk, and it will work, though the Wildwing Ripper will suffer the consequences of his actions.
Yeah, not the best secondary rotation from Rice Boy, but overall he's played very nice on this Ember, very clean. Especially, I mean, I was a little skeptical of maxing the Flame Guard, but he's gotten so much value out of it that now it feels really good that he did. Because now he has a farming capability, he's going to have really early Mage Slayer. Very, very clean by him, and Mage Slayer, notably, Ledger, very strong this game.
I mean, you mentioned Dire, they're all this magical damage, and well, Mage Slayer sounds pretty good against that on Ember.
It does. Looks like Jin's finally dead.
Well, for once, the mages will get the better of the Mage Slayers, but yeah, it's still 8-5 kill score. It's 1k lead for the Seals, about 1k. She almost even 2k at this point, so not ideal, but there is still a lot of hope, a lot of Dota to be played. Though the first tower will go down in that middle lane.
Yeah, and they're getting 6s soon as well for the supports here, which are some very strong ones. Static Storm, soon Jamie, Glimpse back.
Yeah, Jamie, I mean, he's going to attempt to do whatever he can. He's got a stolen Glimpse. I hope he uses it before he dies. And
does he take out?
Barely...
He does.
No, he lives. He used the salve for 1 tick of healing, kept him alive there. Static Storm was committed by Math. He wants this kill desperately, but Jamie's beating him on in. That will be... No, he died anyways!
No, it's Jamie!
Oh my! Roughneck's trying to fight. He's got double edge. It's only the one double edge. Andy Bandy clicks him on down. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Absolute insanity on the bottom side. And there's
They
now a
had it.
shaman here, but it's too late.
Yeah, they had it. Jamie and Roughneck had it. They just were a little bit too greedy. And now, yeah, now this Mage Slayer is online, and he's also going for this kind of new age Mjolnir build on the Dragonite, which maybe I don't personally agree with this game, but it does mean he's gonna. I mean, he got it so early that it doesn't really matter. It's kind of similar to the Flame Guard, where, I mean, now that he's done it, now that it's finished, it just feels incredible. So he's gonna farm incredibly fast. Eventually, he'll get a BKB, and their lineup does nothing into BKB. I'm sure Jim is gonna go like Kaya Pipe or something. Maybe. Guess we'll see. I mean, it looks like he's gonna. I should know that Jim wouldn't buy Pipe.
No,
I think maybe
no.
if the game was more precarious, I think he would for his country, but not this game.
There's probably a quote in there somewhere, but not in lads. Like if this was say, I don't know, if the Div 2 DPC still existed, he'd be buying a pipe, but it's nuts. It's lads.
Yeah. And even going for a Blade Mail on Rice Boy, not Blade Mail has been kind of brought down a small tier. Not nearly as many heroes buy it, but it's a pretty good game for it. So I kind of like it. He doesn't need Vessel this game or anything either, so the typical item would be Kaya Sonj, I think, but Blade Mail is a nice little stop. Particularly, it's really annoying for Logical, and at this point, Logical is about the only thing that's going for the side of the Dire. Big ward, though.
Big ward. I have
is
not
really big.
cast
Look,
it
and
before. This thing is wacky.
And he's losing. Yeah, it is. Dude,
yeah,
he's
here
losing.
we go. Stampede forward into the stomp,
He died.
into the everything unleashed. Arsenal drop by the Dire side. Magical damage was enough, and now it is time for vengeance. It's his brother to avenge him. Logical will
TP.
attempt the TP. Will it work? It will. Just in time. Sauce has arrived, but now it's Mips with the shackles. Chain in onto from Jim. He's using the chakram. He's brought the Mathematician Static Storm. Down goes Shaman. Centaur will attempt to get away. I don't think he will. He'll get glimpsed, and that will be the last. Somehow the Shaman's still alive. That will not last for too long. Jamie comes in with the Fade Bolt, looking for
Timberkin?
Math. With the stolen Timber Chain, he wants to kill. Math is juking. Math, he's juked him out. And now Jamie. Well, barring a miracle, he should go down. Never mind, the Timber Chain was missed. Instead, Sauce will try to disrupt, but he's not in range right now. Rice Boy has slight chains, but he's got no remnants. And Jamie will Timber Chain away. He is Houdini. He gets away here.
It still doesn't feel that good, but at least he salvages it a little, Jamie.
It's more. It's a moral victory, though. It's a moral victory, Roho. That's what matters.
Yeah, it's about sending a message, and that definitely sends one. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot better, though.
I agree.
For sure. Good guys not getting too much out of the map is another unfortunate part as the Zeus. So he kind of has been the one who's like been getting space, hasn't really shown up too much for good guy. And not really able to get too much with that space.
Yeah, other than the ulti contribution damage to killing Andy Bendy, I don't think there's been all too much actual happenings so far. Speaking of happenings, they want to kill Rice Boy. He'll use his one remnant. He lacks mana for that second remnant, but again, the Roughneck Stampede was committed, and he's angry because he's lost his kill.
Yeah, this is again kind of the other thing. I mean, Roughneck's not done anything wrong, but on modern day Centaur, it just takes quite a while to get towards your blink. He's going for a Blade Mail after Dominator, which maybe that should be a blink. I kind of think in a typical game you don't want blink this early, but it's kind of hard, Badger. I mean, they're only trying to make plays with Stampede, and Stampede into Glimpse, Ember, Shadow Demon is not super reliable, or at least it hasn't been.
I mean, it's literally impossible to be reliable. Assuming you have equally skilled players, how do you use those spells into those spells? You just need a blink.
Yeah, so it's going to come up next. I mean, that's when they can start playmaking in theory, but they've just lost so much, potential space on the map.
Yeah, the economy, it's fragile for the Dire. They're down by 3k, and again, Lena's doing alright on money, but the other two cores are in the poorhouse. Centaur is poor, Zeus is poor, the Sups are poor, everyone's poor, right? Other than Logical, who's somewhat okay, but even then, notice this less than 7k on Logical, 8k on Andy, or sorry, 8k on both Andy and Rice Boy, nearly 9k on Andy. So it's, again, they're going to be out farmed.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, I mean, on Lena, you don't want to be behind at all. You almost always want to be ahead by a pretty decent margin. Even Sauce is kind of stealing some. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just
fight time. They've brought in the Laguna Blade from Logical to kill Ghost Roughneck, but in comes Rice Blade looking for vengeance. Here comes the Static Storm from Math Magician. He's inside the Maelstrom, and he's going to fall. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. I believe that'll be a matter of fights.
The Lechuga Blade. Get someone kill. But, yeah. Still, I mean, it feels like every time they do something, they at least get punished back, but...
Well, it is time to drop the single ward, and that will be a counter kill. Big streak kill going to Mips. That's a Blink Dagger purchase thanks to that kill, and now, with a stolen glimpse, it's glimpse on glimpse action. He's hexed by the Shaman, LSA'd by Logical. It's only 2 kills, but at this stage of the game, 2 kills is everything for this Dire team.
Yeah. Kills are also, even if it's like just a kill on Math Magician, that takes away a lot of space on the map that he would potentially be getting as they look towards Sauce as well.
It's one more stolen glimpse. Lift is ready back towards Zeus and Shaman. Make it 3 kills. I don't think, the poison's, it's only 1 second poison. That will certainly not be a kill. Again, good place from Lechuga. They are not wilting right now.
They are not. I mean, Jamie, he's doing it. He got the glimpse. He got the Chakram earlier. So he's doing the Rubik thing of stealing the good enemy spells. And the supports are pretty farmed, actually. It's only 1k lead. I mean, it's still... Andy is still terrifying, granted, but up until his BKB, he's pretty killable. And he just bought his Blink, so he could die. I mean, Mips has a ton of levels in XP. He's 5k on the Shaman, 4k on Jamie with the Spirit Vessel. If he can get... Oh, he did get charges as well from that Sauce kill. So, yeah, they have some pretty good kill threat. Even Jim, he's not got a very tanky build.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. It's half HP Timbersaw. Andy will attempt to save. Logical certainly will die, but Jim should be the counter kill. It's 1 core kill for 1 core kill. On south side come the cavalry. Jamie gets glimpse back. He'll attempt to glimpse away the DK. It should not matter. Rice Boy, meanwhile, goes on to Shaman. Jamie is dead. Mips will not be too far behind. The death is delayed, but not prevented. That's a 3-for-1. The Timbersaw kill is good, but the cost is simply too high.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, I kind of like the idea, but Andy was just in the right place at the right time, and now he's an absolute monster. Again, this is also, typically Badger, right? If you're playing against DK, the cope is kind of, you're kind of like, well, it's just DK, right? Like, he doesn't scale that bad, but DK these days, that hero scales really hard. It's one of the better late game heroes, I would argue.
And that feels like outdated cope. Even I knew that's outdated cope, and if I know it's outdated cope, then surely everyone else knows it's outdated cope.
Yeah, which is really sad, because I think honestly Lena falls off harder than Dragonite does by probably a good margin if you're not ahead in net worth. So Andy is a pretty strong failsafe for them. Plus Jim has now the extra cloak magic res. I don't really resonate with his build. Oh, as he does.
And I don't really resonate with him being alive right now. He's being gone on by 4 heroes. Surely
they're coming through the gate.
Well, here comes the backup, and well, Timbersaw will die, but it will be a costly death, potentially, if more comes. Math is juking it out, Sauce is juking it out. They found Disruptor in the trees, in comes Rice Boy. It's Ember time. But so far, it's already 3 of Rice Boy's teammates dead. He's fighting the 1v3, he's got 1 Remnant. Flame Guard was stolen by Jamie, and in comes the Lena. They're stampeding, they need this kill, and they're going to find it. Lifted up, brought on down, sliced by Lechuga Blade. Lechuga win that fight. 4-for-1.
They do, fresh as ever, and they're towards where the gate is. But Andy, this is so big.
That dire scan is so huge, so they know he's there. LSA. Wait a minute, is there in time though? It's a 3v1. The stomp, the right clicks. He's trying to fight, but he's dead. That's a full 5-man wipe.
Wow. It is. I mean, Andy did enough damage to prevent them from doing Tormentor, which is good, but it's not worth his death, I don't think. So that sets the game straight back to even. The big ward from Mips kind of did everything that fight. So they're smoking up towards where the Tormentor is, which is a nice concept. They know Logical will be in this area. They'll, potentially be able to ready themselves for the Tormentor, but it's also kind of what would be maybe an obvious move. But it looks like they'll get good guys still if they're
Yeah,
fast.
they know exactly where everybody is, and as a result, it will be a free kill on a relatively impoverished Zeus. I will say, whoever's that dire scan was earlier, that was very important. Without that dire scan, I think Yandy has wiped them, but the dire scan made them all go at the same time.
Yeah. It was some nice awareness from whoever did bring that one out. And now there's a blink as well for Roughneck, plus 2k gold. It's a pretty significant chunk for him off the back of that fight. So he can pretty reasonably get to his next item. Could be the pipe if he wants it. It's a fine pipe game. There's a decent bit of magic damage across the board.
And we're just
And they're
seeing
smoked as well.
key items purchased here for these team fights. We're seeing an Aether Lens soon on Shaman. We're seeing an Aether Lens soon on Rubik. Okay, Zeus is still incredibly poor, but it's okay. The other heroes are getting items.
Yeah, Logical finished something. I don't know if it was BKB or Hurricane Pike, but he did finish a good item for himself. They get the Tormentor. Disruptor Shard is fine. It's pretty nice. You get extra range, essentially, some more strikes. So it's pretty good for catching, but they need this BKB. And honestly, you know, if there wasn't kind of that blunder earlier, they'd probably be looking at Roche around this timing, but I think they're not strong enough to kind of force that yet. And they have really good position as well on the bot side for Lechuga.
Roughneck,
Good
he
looking.
wants blood. He wants violence. Looking at Dire Vision, they know Shaman's here. They know there's a hero mid, but there's 3 missing right now. Why do I see Radiant based in Dire Vision? Not important. Looking at Radiant Vision, they see very, very little right now. This could be a very tough situation. They think there's heroes here. And there are 2 in that area, but it's still limited information right now.
Yeah, the vision is pretty good from Dire.
Why can
Where
Dire see
they're
this?
playing.
Why can Dire see this, Roho? I feel like they should be able to see this. This is the Radiant base. It's fine, server glitch.
Lechuga sees all.
I see.
That's all you need to know.
It's
Yeah,
one
they
of
just let the game down. I still think it's a bad. It's definitely not the position that I think any of us would like to play Badger, but you can see how it's playable. You know, they've got a lot of lockdown. I think that serves them well. This
we're
is a
gonna
solo
see
kill.
a lot of it
Big
right
board.
here, right now. Sauce should be dead, but no, Andy has the temporary save.
Ooh.
Shaman will end up going down. Sauce
Does he get it?
never keeps away.
Ooh.
And eventually they'll clean up that big ward. It might take a hot minute, but eventually it will happen. Meanwhile, mid lane, we're seeing Rice Boy on the way. Jamie, the target, of course. This should be a free kill, and it is indeed a free kill. They'll attempt to get a counter kill. Blink, Hoof Stomp into LSA, into Lechuga Blade.
Not
Rice Boy
worth.
down.
Not worth it all.
He
He
will
almost
not
lived there, but Jamie, he stole the chains and then immediately got the chains right before he died.
Well, speaking
So
of
doing big
chains,
things- oh.
we're going to see Zeus chained up by the Warp Embrace of Death. What can you do?
Yeah, chain feeding
Huh?
mostly. Now BKB for Andy and level 19. So they kind of gained a bunch of net worth from killing these farmed heroes and then gave that net worth right back. And this ward has done a lot. It's seen logical a good number of times and has the Hurricane Pike but didn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to kill him more than likely. LSA is pretty
Good
decent,
LSA?
but nowhere near decent enough. He'll attempt the fight with his final breath. But luckily, the Timber Chain will miss. For Mips, though, the Glimpse will end up solving the problem for the Radiant team. Andy Bendy dives some more, finds
on the high
Jamie.
ground.
Jamie has lift, but it's a chain forward by his brother. That's 3 kills. Make it a 4 for 1 if you count the Ember. And wait, Ember's been dead for a very long time now. It's just straight up a 3 for 1. But 3 for 0. I can't
3 for
count.
0, yeah.
I can't count, Roho.
Yeah, they tried to save logical and then end up giving more. I think probably I don't love that Radiant is trying to push the high ground here, but if they got good guy,
Well, there we go.
Choppy dog.
Here we go again. The Illusion Rune, good attempt there, but it will
Oh.
not matter thanks to Glimpse. One more kill.
it worked.
It's
It
just it's save a buddy syndrome. It's a classic.
Yeah, and good guy's kind of. I mean, he's on the high ground, you know. He's enjoying his little stay. So now this is definitely good. Usually, I think it's much safer to get Roche there, but you know, good guy. He just wants to save the world. So here's on the high ground, wanted to get the wave, and now they get Roche contested probably again. Even now, Jim
It's
has an
over
Eternal Shroud.
Here. Okay, I asked where Roshan is now.
Yeah. Roshan at night is up there in daytime.
It's
down on the
down over
bottom
here.
side of the river.
I see.
Yeah.
I did not know this. I probably should have known this. When did they
Yeah,
change
probably.
this?
It's been a little while.
Oh no!
It's been a little while.
Was it there last time I casted?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Oh no!
I would definitely imagine so.
Oh, what can you do?
Okay. And always yawn. And honestly, this is one of the least farmed logical games I've seen in a good amount of time. He is. I mean, he's poor. Like really poor. It's 5th in net worth for logical. That is like. Yeah, that's a tough one for him. He's also going Rev Brooch, which is I mean, not one of my favorite items. I think it makes sense. He just wants to go full damage. I think that's the highest damage he can afford. As Mips goes,
Oh, they go blink away.
Okay.
Actually, wait a minute. Remnant forward
he
by
should.
Rice Boy.
Oh,
Is
wrong
Mips
way.
somehow fine? There's a juke to the right side. Meanwhile, the remainder of Radiant go towards the north. They'll find a
Left.
more important core
No,
kill,
good guy.
perhaps.
Good guy. Oh,
Meanwhile, finally,
He's out?
Rubik died over here.
Oh.
Meanwhile, so the
Okay.
heroes that we thought were gonna die, the Zeus and the Shaman, both live. Instead, it's Rubik who dies in the mid lane.
yeah. I mean, this is also the other issue with playing into this Radiant draft, playing into playing as Lechuga. If any of your heroes get jumped, they kind of just die at this point in the game, and it's I don't know how hard you think it is, Badger, to press Blink Dragon Tail, but I think Andy's pretty capable from what I've seen this game.
Yeah, it's one of those, again, it's 2 button presses. It's pretty easy as far as I can tell. It's very fast projectile speed on the DK tail, so. I expect a former Pro League of Legends player, what is he, like an 8K, 9K Dota player to do that just fine.
Yeah, he's all right for sure. Yeah, I think he's capable of the Dragon Knight, and Dragon Knight honestly kind of fits Andy. I think weirdly, I feel like he likes a lot of the I don't know. I know he likes a lot of the mechanically like heroes, you know, Invoker, Ember, whatnot, but DK is just like a simple one that I think he's willing to just kind of have a good time on.
I think if
very
Mjolnir
chill.
didn't exist, he wouldn't enjoy this hero, but Mjolnir
Yeah,
does
probably
exist,
not.
so, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I think this build definitely feels right for him. Logical almost has Revenant's Brooch, but again, I generally don't love this item, so I'm curious to see if he'll even finish it.
It's a classical
'Cause-
logical item. He's probably the biggest believer in Revenant's Brooch in all of North America. I'm not even being hyperbolic when I say that. He's been on that item since the moment it was added to the game.
Yeah, I am probably one of the least believers of the item, so we clash a little bit there. But regardless of what he buys, he doesn't have a lot of money to pump before they lose their base, and I think this is the correct call. You just lose your barracks, but when that's the call, Badger, it's pretty dire straits.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those, again, if the enemy base dies and you can't defend it, then what are you going to do? I mean, they'll try to kill DK, but he's got 2 lives and a BKB. He'll lose 1 right here, right now, but...
Aw.
Well, here we go. He'll respawn, BKB ready. In comes Jim. In comes everything. Shaman is still trying to get away, but it will not matter. They stun. Centaur with the DK. And now at this point, Lena will have a 1-man LSA on
That's
Timbersaw,
awesome.
but it will not matter. They'll kill Timbersaw, but in comes
Got him.
Rice Boy with the... Wait, where are the chains? I guess they're on cooldown. They'll kill Roughneck anyways. Logical goes in, looking for Sauce. Blink in, BKB
Good job.
by Indy Bendy. Logical falls. There will be a counter kill on Shaman, but in comes the Ember with the Remnants. It's stolen by Jamie. But
Ooh.
Zeus gets back towards the remainder of the Radiant side team. Rubik lives with a 4-for-2 trade, and well, I think we know what time it is. We're going to return to killing the middle barracks. Zeus buys back, but again, they'll need to buy back the Lena if they want to defend. Math is low. Remnant in
They're gonna
by
try.
Jamie. They want it.
Oh, I think he should have grabbed him there.
Never mind.
Truthfully, maybe. I mean, it is difficult, but I think they should have pushed for something more. Now this good guy buyback is I mean, substantially wasted, and good guy is 4th lowest in net worth, below Math Magician currently, which Math now has an Aghanim's Scepter finish as well, which is kind of funny because usually you think of the big, I mean, reason that you buy Disruptor Ags. Obviously, it's like one of the most powerful Ags in the game, but it's for BKBs. I don't think Lechuga even has a BKB yet. It's like 30 minutes in the game. I don't have a...
It can mute the Revenants. Wait, it says an active? I thought...
No,
Isn't that not an active
it's a
anymore?
passive now. It's like a
What?
magic Daedalus. It's like a really weak... It's like a magic Crystallis. It's a... It gives
Oh.
you a magic crit.
I remember it
is
being
what
like it's like a super great active crit with magic. It was good against like Phantom
Yeah.
Assassin and stuff, but I guess it just
Yeah,
doesn't do any of that
they
anymore.
removed that. They removed that because it was busted.
I see.
I guess I probably should have been able to understand that you probably did not know Revenant's Breach was if you didn't know the Roche locations, you probably didn't know Revenant's Breach was different.
This item costs 3,000 gold now too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's very good. I don't think Logical thinks it's very good either in its current form. I imagine, but I think he just wants literally any kind of damage power spike he can get, and Revenant's Brooch is probably arguably the best one, but it doesn't really feel good. It's yeah, it's not an item that you ideally want in your build. And by the time that Logical's 2,000 gold away from his BKB, and there's already Disruptor Ags on the field, like how despair does that have to feel?
At this point, you just ditch the BKB, you buy like a rapier, right? Surely.
I guess, yeah. I mean, you need like a blink, like a Lincoln, something like that. I think the BKB is okay, but yeah, it's not easy to get the BKB off necessarily, even into Andy. And all he has to do is be quick on his blink stun, which he has been. And look how ridiculous Dragonite is. Before he pops ulti, he already has 320 attack damage. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's action in multiple lanes, but top lane will be the consequential action.
They have Stampede.
Stampede was used, but Sauce has a disruption. He's banished.
Counter synergy.
And here we go. He's slowed. He'll get brought down. He's got buyback, but meanwhile, mid lane, it's Shaman who's also dying. Oh no. Meanwhile, top lane.
I don't know.
Thought there was another sup here, but instead it's mid lane where Rice Boy's diving 2v3. Centaur is rooted.
Yeah, this
He's
one's
taunting.
over. It's looking a little tough for the boys in green.
I found the way for Dire to win. The Radiant need to go over into this place here. And unfortunately, though, they're not fountain diving. They're just killing heroes instead. Double kill for Rice Boy. On the south side, Roughneck is running away, but Rice Boy is hunting. He does not want to kill buildings. His team can kill the buildings for him. Instead, he's keeping Centaur out of the action. He'll Helm Dom a yellow, white purple Satyr Banisher. He'll purge something from Rice Boy. He'll try to TP out. Surely that won't work. And there he goes.
Yeah. Yeah, not too shocking there. Yeah, this one's just over. When Logical's not buying back at this point, definitely know they're discussing. So very unfortunate game one, but I mean, I obviously think very, very highly of Logical, but I don't know what could have possibly happened in the draft that would have let this happen. I would never play against Timbersaw or Dragonite, and somehow they've managed against both. Yeah.
Maybe he thinks he's like 2012 puppy or something. It's like, you know, I'll just give the enemy the good heroes. We'll see what happens. But unfortunately, it simply didn't work. Not this game, at least.
Yeah. This is, you know, he's modern day puppy, but he's playing with players from 2014.
Oh, you do.
It's yeah, this one was it was a little tough, but you know, that happens. I personally played a game against the Hobbs team the other day where I was like, I don't think they'll 9-pick Dragonite, and then they 9-pick Dragonite, and then we lost, and I swallowed my pride and I first man DK, and I think that's probably what will happen in this game. Or they'll try and get first pick, I suppose, for themselves.
You know what they say, you know, you and your pride and your ego, and that's for Logical. He's got to just ban it. Just ban the good hero.
I also think the lineup they ended up with wasn't particularly inspiring, but especially into the likes of Dragonite, Timber. It felt like they kind of went a little bit too all in, I think, on the whole magic damage utility thing, and they kind of ended with none of it. So that was a little unlucky, as they say in the streets. Bit of a what can you do?
They easily could have itemized far more aggressively against the magical damage too, but the game is going so well, they didn't even bother going with, say, a pipe, more BKBs earlier. They're like, you know what? We can go Shroud. We can go Blink first on DK. We don't even need to deal with you. You just don't do enough damage. It turns out they were right. They didn't do enough damage.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was tough.
That's funny. I probably should cut us to a break, so I'm gonna cut us to a break. My name's Badger, joined by Roho. We'll see you for game number 2 in about 2 minutes. See you soon. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for game number 2. Proud Papa Seals taking on Lechuga. Lechuga received a little bit of a mollywhopping in game number 1, but game 2 is a fresh game. I'm once again joined by a longtime friend of lads and the channel, Roho Fireflu. How are you doing, Roho?
I'm doing wonderful, Badger.
Gala team back.
And I'm seeing some things I like. There's I mean, For Lechuga, you know what? This is really swallowing your pride because they're saying as well, we can't even play the Timber Saw first pick, so we're just gonna get rid of it. Which, if you can't play it, don't play it. Badger, just get rid of it. So I'm feeling that there's no Dragonite, no Timbersaw in the game to face against Lechuga, and that's lifted a lot of burden off of me personally.
That does mean there were 2 unbanned heroes that will now be
Oh
available. Let's go!
wow,
Let's
they know their
go!
audience.
All right, I'm
They know
sitting
their
up in my
audience.
chair. I'm sitting up in my chair. I'm not leaning anymore.
Yeah, that's a banger pick there. I mean, I think Tidehunter is genuinely pretty decent. It's gotten some okay play in the offlane, not like OP, but a decent niche pick in the right game. And Lechuga's done pretty well with it. I mean, good guy. I would say is definitely value in his laning for his MMR, and then sometimes the mid game decision making can be, um, you know, lacking at times. But overall, I think good guy he's very good at just executing what his role should be in a game, and he's pretty good at laning as well. So a lot of times this tide kind of just makes sense. It makes the game, I think, flow quite nicely for Lechuga. And Proud Papa Seals, they had the opportunity if they wanted to be really bad faith, they could have Huskard the Tidehunter, but looks like that's not quite Rice Boys style. As you would also like to know, I'm sure, Badger, that Huskar is a very broken hero, like
Wait,
incredibly like
wait,
eight
what?
pick broken.
What? Huskar?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
So
not. That's not good.
so for Lechuga, it is good because it doesn't look like Proud Papa Seals feels like playing it or plays it very much. It still is a specialist hero, but you can genuinely play Huskar in all 5 roles and win the game. Pretty disgusting stuff.
I will say, I think it is the influence of Math and Rice Boy that prevented the Huskar pick there, because I think there are other permutations of like Andy Jim Sauce teams that would not even
Oh yeah.
questionably smack down the Huskar. I think I was on one of those teams, so
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's also I think Huskar and Good Guy is pretty bad faith. I'm not sure if I did or not when we faced. I don't think I did. But Good Guy is just he's just an all-around good guy, He lives up to his name. Get going like Huskar against him is maybe you'll win the series, but you do gather a lot of bad karma.
I've been on the wrong side of some of those matchups where, I mean, obviously when I played mid in lads, I did not belong in the mid lane. And occasionally they say, you know what, this guy's like 9 picked his terrible hero. I'm going to counter the lane as hard as possible. And none of those players have ever won lads. So, you got to think long term karma sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I got Monkey King by Muzi. That was not a fun night.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tough. That does sound pretty tough.
I did not have a good lane. I don't remember what I forget what I was playing, but I lost. And my entire hero pool was countered by Monkey King, so
Yeah, that does seem fitting. Batrider's an interesting one. Obviously tied pretty good against Batrider conventionally. But Batrider has pretty good Firefly damage nowadays. You even get Spell Amp from your facet, so
I see.
sometimes you can actually threaten the hero even without having Napalm kind of early on, and then eventually you just jump past him, steal somebody. I think it's fine. It's fine for them. They're playing pretty heavily for these mid lane matchups, so I'm assuming that they are just kind of showing their hand that this is a good guy Tidehunter, which is fine, but it's left some. There's some pretty good supports left in the pool that haven't really been picked up. There's Hoodwink, Tusk is a great one. Snapfire is very high value. So I think any of those are quite fitting. Even it's maybe not 100% the most logical hero, but there still is Ursa, which is a very, very strong position 1 in this patch if you wanted it.
To be fair, Sauce respected the Ursa ban. He banned out Ursa 22 last game, I think. So he thinks there's at least a possibility that Logical could pick it there.
Yeah. I think if you're really an Ursa player, you'd probably just pick it here because the hero is very strong. But for logical, you can probably keep things open. I think there's no reason to rush it. But Ursa, very, very, very strong hero and potentially quite strong already against Lechuga. These 2 heroes obviously don't deal with Ursa en masse. So This is a pretty pivotal pick. It's probably just a support to kind of round things out. They could just go Disruptor for themselves and throw the Dawnbreaker away. They could go something like Jakiro. Jakiro is very, very strong for laning, but sometimes it falls off a bit, kind of in that mid game.
You know, if you squint your eyes, Tyler kind of looks like lettuce. You know, it's just very fitting for the team name.
That is true, actually. Yeah, you don't even have to squint that much, to be honest. I mean, he's pretty lettuce colored.
His lettuce shaped too. It's just
Yeah,
like an anchor and I mean, you get maybe there's a cosmetic that can make this work, but
yeah.
is that Dazzle?
They should probably think on that. They do go Dazzle, yeah. Dazzle is an interesting one. I don't particularly like playing Dazzle against Batrider, so I think that's interesting. But I think Dazzle does warp drafts quite a bit. The hero has very high healing potential. Maybe they can flex it to offlane, but it's a bit of an odd pick.
What if Logical goes Huskar 18 here?
I mean, he could. I mean,
His team is like what
Huskar is
2 and
great.
11, right? His team needs wins.
They do need wins. Yeah, there's not a. Oh, oh, that's the Andy Morphling.
It is indeed.
Very legendary, of course.
Oh,
But
absolutely. It's up there for him.
yeah, very up there.
There's a couple I'd put above it. You know, Invoker, Arc Warden are pretty legendary, but Morphling's up there.
Yeah, it's very fitting of Andy. He just likes the. I feel like he just always has fun on Morph, even when he dies a lot. He just likes pressing the buttons on this hero,
It's got a
and
lot
he's
of
good at doing it
buttons.
too. Yeah, he's good at doing it too. To be fair, so I like it. I mean, it's already a pretty decent Morph game. There's not too many stuns to stop him. He's good at jumping Dazzle. Tusk is a pretty good steal. Has decent healing behind him. There's no Vessel Builder realistically, so yeah, decent Morphling pick. It's sometimes hard to pick an enemy carry into Morphling as well. Maybe this makes Logical want to play Ursa more than he already would, or Muerta even. What I'm kind of
Well,
looking at.
unfortunately, no Muerta. It's been selected by the Radiant side this time.
Pretty smart. Yeah, it's pretty smart. I gotta admit, I do like that drafting from Sauce there. I think Logical probably would have gone for Muerta here, so goes Natures. This is
Oh my.
interesting. Natures is a very good vessel but builder. They could technically give good guy the Natures, but probably just Logical's hero. This is a little risky.
I mean, a little is probably understating it. I mean, Dawnbreaker's a global hero. Batrider, Blitz Blink goes through trees. Morphling goes in the trees. Muerta has the I forgot the name of the first spell, but
Headshot.
it can go through the trees. Everything goes through the trees, Roho.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a very safe game to be Natures. I think the damage you can output is good, but there's a lot of ways to get caught. But it's good with rotating with Tusk. I think I mean these heroes are somewhat vulnerable in the early game. Nature's quite, strong in the early game, so I don't hate it. Nature's I think is just a good hero, but maybe for Lechuga, I don't think this is the pick that they necessarily want to rely on, because if you die a couple times, Badger, on Nature's, it's the game gets really, really hard.
Of course.
Really, really hard. And if you're the highest MMR player on a team, sometimes being the Natures can be somewhat difficult, I think, just because a lot of times you're relying on your team to set up for you, and it's not always you get that opportunity.
I am certainly intrigued of what's going to happen because, of course, you know, it's kind of it's similar to Lena macro-wise because you just need to get ahead. It's not a natural scaling hero outside of just having good sort of stat gain and having a global teleport.
Mhm.
Other than that, there's just nothing that screams carry hero. So you're gonna need a lot of items.
Yeah, definitely. That's is what the hero is mostly about. And yeah, you don't have like the best active heroes. They also, because they picked this hero, it means that um, they're quite confident that it's just going to be Roughneck's hero that they're last picking, which is probably true. And now they got rid of some of the better ones. Axe is quite good against Morphling. They banned out the Centaur, even though it's not maybe the best Centaur game, still very consistent for them. So it's not an easy pick for Roughneck either. Wants to be some kind of enabling hero with a Tusk. Maybe if he wanted to be cheesy, he could go for something like They could try to cheese the lane with like a Visage. Maybe they could go for a scaling hero like the Doom. Maybe Doom into Morphling is good. Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Are we sure that's the offlane hero, or is it possibly a role switch up thing where it's tied off Fury on mid, Abaddon carry?
It could be. I mean, for most teams, it could be. I think it's less likely for Lechuga, but
10 seconds.
um, yeah. I mean, it certainly could be. I guess we'll just have to see. I don't know how willing they are
Seconds remaining.
to do so. I think Abaddon is fine, but my biggest worry is that Abaddon is not very good at facilitating plays across the map either. So, whatever position Abaddon's in, this hero is not very good at showing up to early fights.
Yeah, certainly been again Abaddon, especially when you play in the core role, needs some items to be a little bit useful. You want some early levels as well, dude. Oh, that
Ooh,
hero is
that's
notoriously good into everything Dire has right now.
yeah, and it's actually going to be an offlane nature. So, kind of an interesting thing that Lechuga can do. I think the nature is probably pretty okay against Morphling. They're going to play, it actually is a mid Bat Rider with an position 5 Dawnbreaker. So they're really cooking here on Proud Papa Seals. But that being said, as you said, Badger, this Night Stalker is, I mean, this looks like one of the best Night Stalker games I think I've ever seen, actually.
Again, it's you listen, the individual heroes. Again, Furion, you lose that vision advantage. You go over the trees. Abaddon notoriously hates undispellable silences. Tyler notoriously hates undispellable silences. Tusk, you just snowball into the W. It's everything's bad. I guess Dazzle's somewhat okay, but
and
not really.
no, Dazzle's really hard because the vision is, Dazzle, nowadays, I mean, Dazzle's always been a positioning hero, but very much now when you use your ulti, you're just stuck in one spot, and yeah, the
I mean,
silence as well, very annoying. So
you're right, but I think of the 5 heroes, Dazzle might be best
yeah,
off, which is a bad sign.
very, very bad sign. Yeah.
This is definitely Jim's call. This is a classic Jim
I
24 pick.
I hope to God that Rice Boy does not go Arsonist Facet on Batrider. If he doesn't change it, I'm gonna flame him really hard. But
How much time is
I
there
guess we'll see if
left?
it works. I don't know, not enough to make me feel confident that he's not playing this. I also think Math should probably switch his facet for support Dawnbreaker, but neither here nor there.
They're just gonna go
I
5 cores.
suppose.
It's 5 cores time. They've
I
picked
do
5
overall
core
like
heroes. They're
that.
going 5 cores.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really just love the Lechuga draft. It seems very finicky, very technical for, I think, any team to play. And when you're at the scoreline that they're at, I think this is not the most reliable game plan to fall back on. This one is. It doesn't seem like their heroes are super high execution, but I think playing these heroes in the early to mid game is actually very, very high execution.
These just aren't the most toolsy heroes of all time. When you have limited tools and you're probably gonna lose a number of lanes, it's just so hard to execute. It's like trying to put the square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work, Roho.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, good guy. He wanted to bring it out. He wanted to bring out the mid tide. So I've already seen him play it. I think he has played, by the way, mid tide hunter into Huskar, and he won that game, Badger. So I think the good guy puts up a pretty good, a nice little spark to your flame. A nice little candle.
I will say, I'm happy to hear that Radiant team Radiant team are clearly good vibes right now. But Dyer's just sitting there, like, all right, we did not lose the Dota game. We did not lose the Dota game with this lineup. Oh no! If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Proud Happy Seals. I think it is taking on Lechuga.
30 seconds to battle.
Should be a fun game. Once again, joined by a longtime friend of the channel, Roho Fireflu, and this should be a fun. And there's a lot of tips, a lot of all chat. Everything's in good fun tonight with some Saturday Night Lads. I do agree with Jim on this one. No, it is indeed hidden OP. I've also played a lot of Tide 5 in my time, though, so I think I'm biased.
Yeah, Tide OP in all rolls. Plus 20% win rates is logical. So he's quite confident. Also, by the way, Rice Boy did go Arsonist, which I think is really stupid. I think this is just stupid. So we'll see how he does with it. It'll probably work. I mean, cooking some of these heroes in the mid game with the Arsonist is essentially just you have to put an extra point in Napalm. It has 5 levels now, but at max level you apply 1 stack every time you attack, which is equivalent to, yeah, it's, you get it. But now he's against it's actually logical on the mid lane Abaddon. They've switched up roles. Either way, it would have been tied. So not going to be a very good Napalm game overall. Obviously, logical should never, ever, ever die in this lane.
He
He'll be
shouldn't.
very, very comfortable.
I mean, he's playing up MMR in like an extraordinarily obvious counterpick scenario, but you never know with Dota sometimes.
That is true. I'd say with Firefly, this could get a little bit more dicey, but again, Rice Boy is not such a Firefly gamer this time around. Doing some pretty good harass overall, to be honest. So not playing the matchup horribly so far, but this is a lot of times when you go this Napalm build on a Batrider, you kind of just stack the wave a bunch, and then you get a little bit sad. It's,
Yeah, he's just
as the CF
denying the
goes.
creeps on Abaddon. This can't be a good thing for Batrider.
Yeah. The damage not the highest on Batrider. So Rice Boy, it's a minute at 30, and he's 0-0 on the CS.
Yeah, I mean, he got one
two.
finally, but you know, it's not looking. It's one you have to win this lane, and Logical expects to win it for a good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, so already that set them up in a tough spot. I mean, I in doing so, they put the Titan under top,
Well,
which
bot
should be
lane, that
fine.
will be our first blood. Morphling,
No.
with of course the aid of the Dawnbreaker, slaps
God.
down Roughneck. Roughneck just got walked on and died, pretty much.
That is really bad. This is the lane they need to win pretty significantly. I mean, mid will be good for them, but Batrider, of course, always will have value. So I don't have to worry too much about that. But, I mean, you can't be losing a lane into Morphling as nature is.
Speaking of natures,
Kind of already
top lane,
top.
here we go. He's got the Sprout. There it is. But in comes that Quelling Blade. Jim will attempt to get away, and it will not be an escape. They'll head to Sauce, who is about a half HP or so, but with the brown boots, he'll be A-okay. Good rotation, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I like that move a lot. At least Roughneck is a pretty experienced NP, it seems. But in the bot side, it does mean they've gotten a double pull for themselves. And he's extremely comfortable. Math's going to try to kind of contest it. So actually, they get a decent bit of the creeps. Not all things horrible. I'm still very perplexed by Rice Boy's decision in this game to go Arsonist and then also to max Napalm into an Abaddon, but we'll let him cook. Won't harp on it too much. Kill on the Night Stalker is pretty good, I will say.
There's probably a vision there. Whether the vision's a good idea is a different conversation, but the vision is there.
Looking on to Sauce. He has a Lotus for the silence.
Yeah, I mean, they're
maybe be
slowly walking him on down, but I guess with the Poison Touch no longer being maintained, Sauce gets away.
Yeah, big wave following for...
I had to read Poison Touch
Jin.
there. Make sure it's still the same ability.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Doing some decent damage to Mips, but should be fine. Night Stalker, of course, another one of these offlaners does build the Helm Dom. Should be perfectly happy to get towards that. It'll be really nice once he gets that helm. But has to, of course, CS all the creeps up here. Jim's a capable and experienced last hitter.
It is it is nighttime. You'd expect a little. I mean, he's doing fine. He's at 17. I guess it's one of the, I'm looking at Morphling in 1912, and it kind of dwarfs everything else. I'm like, well, it's not 1912. It can't be that good. So
yeah, it's the 1912 2013 now.
And I think
rapidly
Dazzle
approaching
might
the
be
year.
dead. Furion, never mind. I thought Furion was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
TP. Furion did TP.
Nicely
He
done.
will turn
Good
on
crowd.
Jim. He's dead. Surely he's dead here.
Yeah, well played by Roughneck. He's getting a lot out of this early game, and now he has the urn as well before he got that kill. So he's the hero who's going to buy their Spirit Vessel. Obviously, they need Spirit Vessel to kind of operate this game. And despite Morphling having a super free lane, Roughneck's still finding at least something. Decent little chunk of net worth. And killing Jim before he even gets that helm. Can't kill the Tide either, so... Finding more than I would expect them to from this top lane, honestly. Mostly in part, to Roughneck, but...
We're at the point now, looking over at hero net worth, it's really just 5 cores that are relatively similar net worth, and it's Morphling, who is just having a good time. He's just waveforming, hitting creeps, it's going to be a strong Andy Bendy game, barring a huge throw from him, and I just don't like those odds.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I think on Morphling they're always possible. I think on Andy they're, you know, something that you can sometimes look at as Logical's actually diving. Oh, okay, was out to dive Rice Boy. Didn't really feel like it.
He's got the shield. He'll go for the dive. I think it might be barely enough damage. We'll see. Rice. Oh, good save from Sauce. Oh no, now Logical is.
He's fine.
I mean, he's going to stay alive, but he's stranded behind enemy lines. He could skill the ulti, and there it is. I think the Firefly might have activated potentially, and now the ulti's on cooldown. He's forced to walk away. Sauce will man fight. Is there a kill? No, there's not.
The rune. Okay.
Where's the rune? Is it bottom side?
I'll see the last couple hits. Yeah, that's a little unlucky for Logical. I think if he played that maybe 5% smoother, he would have gotten that kill. And probably wouldn't have wasted his ulti, so...
Wait, is Jamie gonna dive this? There's no way. This is a good idea. He's gonna do it anyways. Here comes Roughneck. Rice Boy actually will die. So I stand corrected. And Jamie next to the snowball re-aggros. Roughneck's now being gone on by Math Magician. The stun hits. One more hit will do the job. That's a counter kill. Big XP for Math Magician 10. The married man nearly at 6 right now. Now Sauce will end up being ticked down by Mips's poison touch. In comes more backup. Logical returns. Ulti's still on cooldown, but I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I like this overall by Lechuga a lot. The switch up, I think sometimes the easiest thing to do in lads and just in Dota in general sometimes is throw 5 heroes into a lane and kind of just hope it works out. And this time they're kind of doing that, and I think that's a pretty reasonable play. It's gotten them a decent bit. They still are, unfortunately, Badger facing up into an Andy Bendy Morphling that is 3,600 net worth. I mean, he could have well finished a Midas if he wanted on Andy. Obviously, he doesn't want to, but he's got that kind of net worth under his belt. Gonna very soon finish the Vlads, which is a pretty equivalent kind of farm accelerator. So it's a lot better for Lechuga so far. I think they really just need to address the Morphling at some point, and considering that Roughneck is going no boots straight into the Spirit Vessel, it should be manageable, you know. I think also Andy obviously relying on him making a misplay is pretty unlikely, especially now that they'll soon have this Solar Guardian for Math, but it's doable. I think you can always rely on even the best of Morphling players to get a little bit overzealous.
Get a little bit too greedy, a little too low on the HP. Next thing you know, you get one shot. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, they also have one nice thing about this Abaddon pick in their draft is not only is it facing up into like obviously the Batrider and some decent things to dispel, but Abaddon, the Withering Mist innate is a 35% health reduction if you're below 40% HP. So that stacks with Spirit Vessel. If Andy gets Spirit Vesseled and he's lower than 40% HP while Logical's around, he does get that healing reduction, which is pretty significant, honestly, into Morphling. Even, I mean, it's also just... I
mean, Andy's going to have to go either Manta or BKB soon, if not both, right? Just to purge off everything.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be... I would not be surprised if he actually went for something like a Silver Edge this game, kind of like Manta Silver Edge type build. But depending on how the game goes, yeah, BKB might be necessary. Definitely, obviously, Manta will be as well. So those will help him a lot, and he'll get to them at a very reasonable time. But as kind of mentioned, it's they at least have some hypothetical answer to him, and thankfully that answer is also overlapping against the Dawnbreaker. Obviously, Dawnbreaker's biggest kind of benefit being the significant heal you can provide, and into all this health reduction already, you're kind of doing you're double dipping. Per se.
I just missed a kill mid lane. My bad. I think it's the first kill missed in a while, but I just dove with double damage rune, slapped down Sauce, kill him easily. I kind of zoned out.
Yeah. Not exactly the place where you'd expect the kill. And now Logical, with about half duration on this amp damage, she's gonna kill Andy's courier, which is nice.
It's still double damage to me. I don't care what they call it. Andy Bendy's being gone on. Waveform is on cooldown. There's the vessel, and that should be the kill. Snowball forward. There's damage. Is it vengeance time? They've stunned Roughneck. Logical pops the ulti, and in comes salivating. Salamander 37. He's salivating for damage. He'll bring down Roughneck. Lasso hits Logical. He's got a shield and 14 wands. Will attempt to go. Meanwhile, we're seeing Jim ascend going in on Jamie. Logical's dead. Jamie's on the run. Grave is on cooldown. It will not matter. It ends up being a 2-for-3 trade. I think both teams are pretty content with what just happened, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty happy that you killed the Morphling, but you got a lot back, and I think kills on the Morphling and Abaddon, honestly, are probably roughly equivalent. Abaddon needs the net worth significantly more, but this is a very crazy play by Roughneck and Good Guy. They're looking to catch Andy off by surprise. But potentially what would have been a Ravage.
Oh, they run into
But they might
Rice
just get Rice
Boy,
Boy.
though. Ravage hits on one. They'll certainly get the Bat Rider.
Vessel.
I mean, the kill is a kill, but it's
Got
not
him.
the kill that matters, right? Sure, Rice Boy is a nice little tasty kill, but he's 6th in net worth. He's not made of water, so.
Yeah. Although him being 6th in net worth is of dubious standing for sure as Good Guy. He's even going to try to take some stacks in the jungle. But Andy is nearby, so Good Guy, he's going to retreat for a little bit. I do just overall like this play, though, from Lechuga. Kind of squaring up with the Tidehunter. Good Guy's getting involved a lot more than he was on Zeus. Logical, even though this is not a hero that typically does get involved early, he still is able to do so due to the kind of that lane switch up. So look at the mid tower. They're looking at Jamie.
Hold that thought, though, because we're going top lane right here, right now. Jim's got them. Never mind. No kills. Roughneck instead, who's down on the back lines. And nothing happened. Never mind. It's actually bot lane. There's a lasso against Mips. Surely that's a kill. And
Oh, the heal.
spell's not even casted. The death has been
I think-
accepted by Dazzle.
Yeah, they almost could have just lived, I think. But for, it's just a kill on the Dazzle. Not too significant right now as they're looking actually at Jim. Didn't get the silence off.
Again, at this point, Jim will once again turn. His teammates
Good
are not
turn.
here. Roughneck's dead, but the trade is for Jim. Meanwhile, we're still seeing Tidehunter on stacks. I think Sauce might be aware, but what can Sauce do about it? Not much.
Yeah. Not really anything, so he'll just back up. Andy's still farming. That was a nice little trade for Jim. Definitely got a ton of XP off the back of that. Also, I mean, Rice Boy, what happened in the bot lane did give him a pretty good amount of net worth and XP, so he was struggling pretty substantially. Now he got a decent bit of net worth to actually get to his max sticky as well, so almost Dragonlance. It's I mean, Arsonist scales very, very well on the Bat Rider, I will say this facet, but I'm still very skeptical. But he did get kind of gifted a lot of kind of extra resources off the back of that poor fight, and now Jim's bot side.
Yeah, I mean, Ascension is ready. It could be ascending time in the near future. It's a wraparound. Getting
Jamie?
the Dire Ward should spot this out. Problem is, Jamie, no amount of ward will save him there. He's simply dead.
Yeah, another kill for Andy. Finishes his Yasha. They're going to try to get his mid tower. Should get it pretty much no contest.
I've already drawn the box in the X. It's been condemned to death.
Yeah. But it certainly is. There's 6 little skeleton warriors here.
Speaking of being condemned to death, Math Magician, he is in hot water
no.
right now. He's trying to live, but that's one dead Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, if he wanted to live, he would have had to use the ulti, which particularly they haven't really used Math very significantly in this game so far on the Dawnbreaker. He hasn't really connected to very many plays. I think they've used it once in that bot fight. So maybe not the highest value Dawnbreaker I've ever seen. Even Sauce is kind of poor for Muerta. Usually a hero that gets a little bit more net worth. I'd say Lechuga's honestly kind of happy with this game state, as Logical's soon going to be getting his Sacred Relic close to that Radiance.
I guess the one concern with Radiance up net worth is there's only so many creeps you can farm. There's only so many mouths you can feed right now. Everybody wants to farm. Somebody's got to not farm.
Yeah, I'm mostly just concerned. I would probably feel a lot more comfortable, I think, truthfully, for Radiant if Rice Boy was playing a more standard Bat Rider with kind of the lasso initiation, which granted is quite hard still into Abaddon, so I can maybe understand some of his apprehension towards that, but this right-click Bat Rider it's a little fickle. It takes a long time to come online. It needs very specific items and very specific kind of positioning in team fights. And I just find that often that it's not, Badger, I feel like you'd probably agree that one of the most reliable and simple initiations in the game is just Blink Lasso. Even into an Abaddon, I think. It's just nice to have that kind of reliability because logical can only be so many places, right?
Yeah, especially with the
Good
way it's
news, at least.
itemizing. Like, again, if you're playing like some kind of like janky little 5 Abaddon play, you buy a Blink Dagger, you can very easily get to the lasso. But if you're building carry items, then it's a lot harder to, actually be in the right spot always for it.
Yeah. So I fundamentally disagree a little bit with Rice Boy, but when he gets his items, he'll be quite good at killing the heroes he's good at. But it's 2 blinks are on the field, not Rice Boys, of course, but Jim has finished his as the Dark Ascension whenever he does want it. And Jamie on the Tusk actually is really farmed. He finished his blink quite early.
Speaking of
He hasn't even
Jamie,
gone on.
he is in danger. Thanks to the Firefly, there is no getting with the Blink Dagger. We are going to see Sauce look for more kills, though, with Roughneck and Good
Ethereal
Guy
Pig.
right here. It is problem time for Sauce. He's inside the trees, and that will be a 1-for-1 trade of supports. I think both teams are simply okay with that occurring.
Yeah, Good Guy's also becoming a pretty substantial problem, and the truth is, I mean, Tidehunter's pretty good against Morphling, weirdly, in like a core-to-core matchup just because of that. I mean, that damage reduction, 40% is significant. So you're going to Roughneck.
Yeah, Roughneck will end up going down, but
positioning.
is it possibly Vengeance time? Jamie is
Jamie
completely
as well.
alone for the time being. The cavalry's on the way. In comes Logical, but he's
wait,
stuck
wait.
in the trees.
Ooh.
He's stuck in the Morphling
He can
trees.
TP?
Andy's
Oh, okay.
now
He's
just
just
running to the
walking.
south side. Ravage is ready. I believe it's our only stun left, though, so... Yeah, Andy's
this
fine.
one.
He's got global teleport. He's gone. Or he's going further in! Never mind, no, he's not.
That was a cheeky play, but he didn't have long enough on the morph timer there, so... Nice little pickup for them. Those 2 kills are really big. Every little kind of kill that they can get Ricebird closer to the items, finish Manta on Andy. Obviously, I think that, as I was kind of saying, this Tidehunter matchup, I think, is quite decent into Morphling, all things considered, compared to what a lot of heroes are into Morphling. But if the Morphling gets too farmed, and eventually if there is a Silver Edge in Andy Bendy's future, then it could get really tough, I think. That's the kind of timing that Andy could really play for. Even maybe just getting crits, getting BKBs. The neutral item he got was really good. It's a vast Brigand's Blade.
Oh, mid lane. It's time to defend
no.
Rice Boy. Mathematician has arrived. Jim's on the way. Ravage will be there on 3.
Okay.
Fantastic from all
Oh.
around. Good guy. Double kill for Mips, of all players. And now, again, we've already ascended. Jim wants to utilize the spell properly. Andy has arrived. He's playing in the 3v5. Where you see one more blink
Okay,
looking
good
in
kill.
for Sauce. Meanwhile, it's a counter jump from the back lines to bring down Mips. And now it's Tide and Tusk in the middle of everything. Roughneck TP's in for Sauce. Andy goes in for Jamie. Both should eventually die, and both will eventually die. Now a 2-for-3 trade. It's the brothers taking on 3 cores. And our fight will now mutually end.
I mean, good recognition to go in kind of later, but still doesn't end even that well for... I think what they would have preferred on the side of Proud Papa Seals is math.
Yeah, I mean, he just died, and he's
A lot of
very
damage.
close to dying
Oh,
again. The wand should
fine.
save him, though, right? He's fine. He's fine.
Rice Boy's here. Doesn't have lasso. It should be enough to kill
Yeah, I
Roughneck
was
for
gonna
sure.
say it's a 6-second cooldown on the W. I guess he could have tried the normal TP, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah, it was a little bit ambitious. This is a good guy. Somehow has managed to find himself back into the Radiant Triangle and is taking stacks again. Obviously, good guy is particularly one of the biggest reasons that you wouldn't.
They're going to
Want to
punish
fight, but-
Tide this time, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
Dazzle
they do.
has arrived, but
Oh,
barring a
brave.
miracle,
I think, they can do a lot of healing. Mips has a ton of healing. He should ulti. He can save him.
they're just going to keep going in for Tide, though.
Mips could
No
save
mercy.
him. Mips is just honestly trolling. Like, I don't want to, I would normally not say that under most circumstances, but he has so much healing in his ulti. I'm quite shocked that he didn't even try to attempt to holy lock it. Good guy there. As when you're like super low on Tidehunter with that grave on you, you have, what is it? It's probably almost, I don't know, 50% healing amplification, maybe more. That's a lot.
I guess the counter
That
argument
was
is
very
that where's your backup still? The backup just wasn't coming. It simply was not existent.
Yeah, I get the concept. He didn't want to feed away as well, which I think is well disciplined in most cases. But good guy would have just lived, I think, to be honest.
I mean, it is Tide.
he's
Tide is,
whatever.
I mean, just look at this hero. Look at this hero, Roho. He's a large
The lettuce.
hero.
the head of lettuce,
He's got
the
the
humble
mackerel
head of
eater.
lettuce.
What's a krill eater? It's powerful.
Yeah, it is. He's scaling well, but in the top side, Roughneck
Yeah, that's
having a
another
rough
free kill there.
game.
Nice one. But again, speaking of not rough games, though, we've been talking about Andy Bendy like he's a protagonist because he is a protagonist of this game right now. That's maybe the antagonist if you're the Dire team, but it's again 12,000 net worth. There's just never a reality where he's not number one net. Even if he loses the game, he'll still end the game number one net worth. So
Yeah, and
simply is
he's
what
even
it
looking
is.
in the. See, it was like global teleport. He's looking at the. Was looking in the triangle, but they actually kind of stole away the Tormentor. Now they're looking for the 21-minute wisdom, but they aren't there. So they'll secure this for themselves. A little bit of extra XP for Andy. Does not go amiss. But stealing the Tormentor is nice, and they're going to smoke up when Dark Ascension is down. Roughneck respawning as well, so you can connect at any time. This could
Yeah.
be a little dicey if they actually connect around. But
And
they're
the
waiting
courier
bot.
though, the courier that Jamie just lost does give a little bit of information away. There's at least one hero they know. So wait, that's a lot of wards here.
Radiant's bottom
One,
tower
there's 3 wards here, Roho.
Radiant structures
Yeah,
That's a lot of
I kind of wish
coverage.
they had just walked backwards, but they would have given up a lot of space on the map. I mean, from our spectator view, obviously, I think that would have been absolutely the correct play. But fortunately, their smoke misses just a little bit. They force a glyph. Blade Mail finished on Roughneck. Still a pretty playable game for the side of Lechuga, but it's gotten worse as they pause for the child, parentheses MIP.
Love how Tides did admirable at that exact time. It's perfectly timed.
That was a good one.
Wasn't even a voice line either, I don't think. Maybe it was a voice line, but or actually a purposeful voice line, I should say. But a lot of interesting comments today. Though again, with these players in the lobby, nothing too shocking there.
Top tier bans, yeah. These are some top tier bans for sure on these teams.
It's one of those things where there was a time in Lads there were a lot of all chatters at one point, but they've mostly gone the way of the Dota, retired from Lads or retired from Dota. So now we're left with some more of the friendly and whimsical all chatters. You know, this is definitely a
Yeah.
lobby of friendly, whimsical all chatters. Like there's not gonna be too many people saying, to quote Fear, "Fuck you, I hope you die in a fucking fire." Which again, that's
Yeah.
what can you do sometimes,
Yeah.
but. To be fair, he thought it was Loomdon,
Yeah.
so.
Mhm.
Know who Loomdon is,
Yeah, we've had
Roho?
a. I don't actually. Well, who? Lim? Wait.
Loomdon.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
Kids these, understandable, but you're
Too
saying?
young. We've had our own little scandal this season, but
Oh, we
it's still
did?
and gone.
I missed it?
Yeah.
What happened?
We had a little, you know, there were some pauses that happened in a series that
Who did it?
occurred of ours.
You did it?
I did not
Bro.
pause on. Well, I did not press F9 on anybody, so
Bro.
that's what matters. I
I
advocated against the pausing,
I
but
expect better from your team, Ro.
it happened nonetheless. There was some very interesting all chat that I couldn't from the enemy team that I was not particularly fond of. But then we scrimmed. There was we scrimmed them after that. It was all in good fun. Got a warning. We're in parole. We're doing our best.
I should probably know these things. I should know who the league
I
I'm
mean,
advocating is parole.
you can take it up with Snow. You can take it up with Snow.
Oh,
I love
of
Snow.
course.
I love Snow. That's my biological daughter. So we're working on it.
It's one of those it is what it is situations. Dota, sometimes you get heated in Dota games. We've all, especially in our younger days, we've all said some things. I mean, now I've humbled myself. I've calmed down. But in my youth, I said some things I wasn't supposed to. I'm sure we all have this. I mean, not everyone, but like 80% of Dota players have definitely said something they shouldn't have at some point. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. And sometimes it's if everybody in the league was friendly all the time, Badger, wouldn't that be a little bit boring? sometimes you need a little bit of a villain, you know, just for a series.
Well, the thing is, just having play, the way you play can be villainous. You don't have to all chat to be villainous.
That is
If
true.
you're just picking Huskar, that makes you villainous. You don't have to all chat to be a villain picking Huskar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was playing Tide mid that game, so I was being not villainous. I was being a very humble Lechuga.
I will say, this is like the
We're back.
7th different time Logical's actual team name and the team he signed up as were just not the same thing. I looked at the spreadsheet, he did not sign up as Lechuga. But he's become Lechuga.
You know, there's something inspiring about that, truly.
Becoming some
Becoming-
supermarket produce.
Yeah. There's
Actually-
something to be said. I'd imagine. The game.
I think
Andy's
Math
going
is
Hurricane
dead.
Poke.
I think Math is simply dead, but it's
Math
not for
is
good
dead.
cause. Is there? Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
Atos.
Roughneck.
I figured Sauce had
Nicely-
multiple ways
nicely
to cancel that, so. There we
Yep.
go.
Get the kill. Nice little pickup for Rice Boy, so not really worth it for Roughneck. Buys some time, I guess. Some space on the map during nighttime, but all this time is being eaten up. All this space is being eaten up by the Froggy 2 Demon Dog. Face plus goat down, he types.
He's simply just
I like that.
so demonic, dog. And it's one of those things where I don't have much experience playing against Andy Bendy, but I've been in the lobby on Andy Bendy's side, and you could feel the fear sometimes. You could feel the enemy fear.
Yeah, and they should be. I mean, it's a pretty good Morphling game. They do have answers, obviously, but across the board, their damage is not spectacular. And the more items that Andy gets, the more answers he'll have to the way that they've kind of chosen to counter him. He's also quite good at getting on Dazzle. He's got, again, some pretty decent heroes to morph into. Even Abaddon is, I mean, quite decent. You can just get rid of the Spirit Vessel from yourself. Obviously, Tusk, getting that Snowball tag team is always good. So, yeah, Andy Bendy, he's pretty likely to take this one over. Although he's not going for the Silver Edge, which I was wondering if he would. I personally think it's a very good game to have it. As you can actually even kill Logical with that break. As they'll actually meet in the jungle, but Logical does not win this
Hold
fight.
that thought, though. We're seeing Jim BKB top lane, ascending to bring it
He
down.
is.
James with the grave.
Oh my god.
At this point, Jim is
Okay,
overextended.
he's fine.
And he's fine. Never mind.
He bought a lot of time. No points into Adaptive Strike for Andy, so he physically can't cancel TPs unless he's morphed into something. This is pretty typical, actually. Morphling's innate gives him extra stats for leveling all stats,
I see.
and Adaptive Strike sucks dick. So
I mean, 1 point,
Nobody-
though. 1 point could be useful right around now.
it could be, but you know, he's mostly been hitting creeps, and creeps don't care about being stunned. So
You want to know what's worth more money than creeps? Heroes.
yeah, you know, but what's worth more than heroes? Objectives, Badger. It's in this tier 1.
This is true.
So,
You cannot adapt to strike the tower. You are correct about that.
yeah. That is going down. He's even going to pressure onto tier 2. Again, their immediate responses to killing Andy are pretty limited, and they've even smoked towards the top side, so kind of just choosing to, you know, handshake with Andy Bendy.
This is not a winning exchange, though. You're going to trade 2 towers for the 1 tower you lose.
He'd make him. Anyway.
Or never
So-
mind. I didn't lose their tower. I thought they would lose the tower. It's still 2/5 HP.
Yeah, not too bad. Even now it's level 15 talent for Tidehunter, plus 30% anchor smash damage reduction, so it's really good if he gets it off, but he's gonna get gone on, good guy.
Well, here we go.
Already
I
used the
mean,
anchor
Kraken
smash.
Shell should be useful, but is it useful
Ravage.
enough? Ravage hits only one thanks to BKB from our Ice Boy. Jamie
The damage
arrives,
reduction, perfect.
and there's the grave, keeping the tide in the battle. Math arrives. Waveform comes out from Andy, but he's trapped
Oh,
in the
this is
trees.
scary.
Half HP becomes Abaddon. He's trying to live. He's fighting. Logical's
no.
low. Andy's
winning.
low. And nobody is dead somehow. And there's still no Jim. He's
Dave.
farming mid. Jamie should finally die in a few more hits. Waveform forward. Tusk, but he's graved by Mips. There's the snowball. This should surely be a kill eventually.
Oh,
he
he
still
did
lost
blink,
2.
I
He's head
think,
away from the firefight. He blinks.
Okay,
Jamie
Okay.
again lives.
Saki.
He's still hunting
Very,
on
very
Rice
soft.
Boy. He still wants the kill. Flame Break hits, but that's not enough damage, I don't think. And it won't be.
No, it is not. Okay, I mean, still a poor set of engagements. Even, I mean, nicely played by Jamie, but mechanics only get you so far against Andy. You really just need that that substantial kill, actually something of substance to take out of a fight, and they still lost their 2-2. So spent kind of some of their most significant spells, the Ravage in particular, but they wish they could have killed Jim there, but double damage not quite enough for
Yeah.
logical.
And BKB-TP, it's pretty undefeated in a game like this.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think they recognize that they did get a nice scan, so scans have been really good by Lechuga. They're looking at
Here
the Roshan.
we go. Roshan will be
There's no right
contested
time
in
or
time.
BKB.
Here comes Logical. His ulti is ready to go.
That's
Roshan goes down, and now it will be the Aegis to the more flaming
Roshan.
waveforms towards Dazzle. BKB is used by Rice Boy. Atos comes out from Sauce. Logical in the middle of everything. Math pops the ulti. Logical pops
no.
the ulti. Down
This is
goes
getting
Tusk.
awkward.
And it's crumbling time. And in comes the water. He has become a torrent at this point. Tidehunter will reduce the base damage by a significant quantity, but will it matter? There's still too much damage. The Anchor Smash, it's putting in a lot of work, but it's a losing battle, a very slowly losing battle. Meanwhile, Jim goes in further, bringing down Logical back over to all-around good guy. He's simply not dying, but he's simply eventually going to die anyways. That's a 4-for-1 trade. Roshan's dead. Aegis still in the hands of the man who is made of liquid. And now at this point, it's time to go high ground, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very, very tough. They had a great window there, but hard to know that they're just hard committing to Roche like that, but that's kind of the Night Stalker. This hero's just the nightmare to play into in the right game, and Jim's had a pretty good game on it, but any player could have, pressed R and given Vision an 1800 radius there, and it would have felt kind of suffocating. As actually looks into Mips.
Yeah, we're
Jim
seeing,
doesn't have a way out of
we're
Sprout.
seeing weird fights both mid and bot. Bot, there's a BKB from Jim. They'll go in for Mips, who has that Glimmer Cape, but Dust comes out, unsurprisingly, from Jim.
He has Grave.
Also is there on Roughneck. Grave has
on the
been
wrong
used.
target.
But well, at this point, it's a dead Dazzle. It's a dead
Why is he not
Fury, but it is a
blade-mailing?
dead Rice Boy. They'll head to Jamie. Jamie, goodbye, Jamie. That's a 3-for-1 trade. Tide is here, but it's time to waddle on away. Your fight's done.
Roughneck had Blade Mail that whole time. I guess he just wasn't. Well, he was graved. He had Blade Mail available.
I
So
see.
that was a little bit awkward that he didn't press it. And unfortunately, despite Logical being quite farmed, it's just nowhere near Andy Bendy, as he's finished a blank for himself. It's not even in his inventory, Badger. That's how rich he is. As he's running out of slots. Oh my god, good guy, you got it.
It's a dead good guy.
He's dead?
And he's got no
Oh.
buyback. That's probably game, to be honest.
Yeah. It's they're gonna lose a significant portion of their base. I think they'll live on, but these engagements have gone too poorly too many times in a row, and Andy is just he's just taking the game over. Classic Andy Bendy move, and this is the build that he loves on Morphling, or in general, kind of how he likes to play, is you just go a ton of mobility. So that's why he has this kind of Hurricane Pike to blink. They're gonna look at Sauce.
Am I? I was gonna say,
Has the ulti.
is he actually going to
TP.
live? Oh no, that's morale damage. That's huge morale
And Roughneck.
damage.
Oh no.
Yeah, Roughneck's. I mean, the morale damage is off the charts. They're gonna fall at 2 and 12.
It is. Yeah. It does feel like that, doesn't it? This one is all but over, as Andy still has 2 minutes left
All
on
right,
the
I
Aegis.
found
There's
the
at least a
solution.
tier 2 top.
Run into the fountain. Jim's trying his hardest to get to the fountain right now. This might work. Never mind, no, it didn't work. Is that an Amogus? It
Probably
is.
never know. I think that could be the right back into the game. Is an imposter. If Andy was the imposter this whole time, and he could start killing the Radiant heroes, I think they'd have a really good chance.
I would agree with that one, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not what happens. I mean, it'd be fun if it was, but it's unfortunately not what we're gonna see tonight.
I mean, you didn't know where the Roshan was, so you don't know, Badger. Very reasonably, there could be an Among Us Dota crossover. There's a Monster Hunter Dota crossover.
I saw that once. Maybe it is possible. I mean, I just think
Yeah.
it's not very likely. I think the odds are slim to none, Roho.
Oh, Jamie. Oh, just like Jamie's chances of living.
Yeah, I mean,
By the way,
maybe, but... Oh, there it
oh,
is! The Firefly wasn't there
nice
in
blink.
time. Rice Boy is hunting. The dust misses. And here's your lasso. Grave
Grave.
delays the death. Surely
Yeah.
he'll eventually die. And there it is.
Good try. Oh god, good guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's inside the stolen Morphling ice shards.
The
And as a
healing?
result, Jim will actually not get
Fine.
the kill. Logical arrives, ulti is ready. He's
Oh,
fighting,
blade
he's
mail.
trying, and nearly gets the kill. But alas, in comes Math, in comes Sauce. Logical simply cannot stick to the targets. And once again, Radiance are feeling pretty good, and Dire are feeling pretty dire. No pun intended. Correction, pun entirely intended. But then I head over to Rice Boy.
Yeah,
Ascension comes in from Jim. There's two
Okay.
fears coming out from Sauce. Waveform in by
No.
Andy Bendy. Down goes
Good
Tide.
guy.
Abaddon's got no ulti. He will Manta off the Atos, but again, what can you do?
Yeah, even Ag's finished for Sauce. He was a little bit poorer earlier on this support, but they've gotten a ton of net worth between them all. Jim has an overwhelming blink somehow.
He simply
It's-
has money. I mean, he's rich. And now Dire
Yeah.
remain further into the hole. Buyback comes out from Dazzle. But Logical,
They're just
I mean,
ignoring
he's just
him.
being kited.
They're
He's
just
being
ignoring him.
kited. No, Manta, he needs to live for 4 more seconds. Can he live for 4 more
more?
seconds? I think he can.
Oh, he's fine.
And there we go. So they've kept Logical
Okay,
alive.
he
Problem
keeps
is,
it rolling.
the buildings. They're running out of buildings. They'll hunt anyways. They'll punch up the Night Stalker. His BKB still on cooldown for a very, very long time. Fear comes out from Sauce. Logical
The blade
has
mails.
ulti. They has been activated, but again, he's being kited around by Sauce. They'll bring down
They're
the
doing it.
Huerta, but in comes water. And well, Dire are becoming wet. Roughneck is down. Jamie is down. Logical has no ulti. We'll see a BKB TP away by
Aw.
Rice Boys. Jim Mance up against the Abaddon. Meanwhile, it's Morphling who's diving, looking for Tide. Tide has been Grave. Blink in by the Morphling, and now it will be a Ravage to keep all-around good guy in
Ugh.
the fight. But no, in the fountain! He's in the
fountain!
fountain! Is he
The
dead?
fountain!
Maybe?
Better.
Is it disconnection?
Dead. He has zero. He has zero health restoration. He's affected by GD Pollen Bag, the neutral, Orb of Corrosion, the Curse of Avernus, with that Withering Mist. He doesn't have any health restoration. I mean, it's like 15% or something, 10%.
So,
That's
hypothetically,
just BM paused me.
that's like a 7,000 gold death when he dies here. It will not be megas because of that, because no Rice Boy, he's in the fountain. Jim can't kill it himself.
No,
Is it sus time? Imposter?
I think so. Maybe there was an update that I wasn't aware of, actually, a crossover that we're learning about today. Andy, that was you do always say it, Badger, though. It was, I think the way you put it was you need to go kind of.
I did draw
I
arrows
can't draw
to the fountain.
Yeah.
Can't do it in his pause, yeah. I drew the arrows to the fountain. We ended up in the fountain, so you know. Good blink away by Jim
Yeah,
there.
that's a powerful little area of the map, actually.
Yeah, fountain, good thing. It's got this reinforced... That's not what I'm looking for. I don't know what the buff is that gives you the extra damage per stack nowadays. I don't know where it is in game, but I know it is there. It's very powerful.
Yeah, that's very, very powerful. So Andy goes down, and how much gold was that he gave away? About
It's hard. It's impossible to tell.
2,300. Yeah.
I'm gonna say a lot of gold.
So gold exchange over the course of that did go to the favor of Lechuga. Logical has 4,000 gold in the bank, which is quite a lot, actually. But yeah, it's still kind of just a drop in the bucket, pun intended, compared to this Morphling.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Again, he's buying a Scotty. I guess he'll further reduce the Morphlings region. But we're at the point now where surely they'll just play keep play with Logical. They'll use all the Muerta spells and all the Dawnbreaker spell, all the Batrider spells. Let's keep Abaddon away from actually hitting the Morphling. And until Logical either has like a BKB or a Blink Dagger or just anything to actually get there, they're just going to keep him away.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, it's not that hard to do that to an Abaddon to begin with, and Logical, he's I mean, I think his build is good. I think this is probably the best thing that he could have gotten in this type of game. But playing Abaddon without Blink, in my opinion, feels really bad. I think the Blink is one of those items that you really, really want to have. So look at Rice Boy. He went in.
Yeah, BKB TP
Actually,
will
got the
not be
cancel.
in time, though, thanks to Jamie. And now Rice Boy has backup from Math Magician, but I think it'll simply be two
That's
deaths.
another one.
And there it is. Another TP
No TP
wasted.
on.
So 2 TPs
Yeah,
wasted,
and
2
that does
lives
finish.
lost. And wait, top lane. I don't think anything's going to happen here, but we'll find out. Jim has ascended. All-around good guy drops the anchor. And now,
Oh, no.
well, in comes Morphling.
All
There's
around
backup
bad guy.
on the way, but it's just too late. Now Jamie tried for the hero play, but instead will be turned into the goats. R.I.P. It's a 2-for-2 trade across the map.
That's a little tough. I mean, yeah, Andy is arguably quite strong. So they got a really good trade, but unfortunately, Andy's the bad guy in this game, the all-around bad guy.
At this
The
point,
villain.
he's ignoring logical. He's just hitting buildings.
I mean, oh my god, look
Wait a
how
minute.
big that
Wait
calling
a
is.
minute. The calling is
Oh?
huge, but now Jim's wasted his BKB as well. Tide buys back. Jim will TP. Is it in
Ooh,
time?
good shot.
It is in time.
Good.
I'm surprised there's no anything there to stop that.
Yeah, it was Sauce. He got a really, really good. I mean, the Ags plus the Gleipnir, level 20 on Sauce. He's ridiculously farmed for a Muerta. And that means, yeah, it's quite annoying for the time being to ever get some kind of fight. He's Sauce is definitely one of the better heroes at doing keep away for sure in this type of game. Logical will eventually get the blink, is what he's eyeing as his next item, which again I think makes this hero feel like 5 times easier to play. Maybe it's difficult to play keep away at that point, but it's level 25 on Froggy 2 Demon Dog with a Swift Blink Badger.
Here we go.
Lasso.
Blink Lasso purged
Purge
off
off.
by dispelled by Logical, and now Logical's feared away. Andy Betty jumps to the Dazzle, who will grave himself, and now Jim ascends. It's dust time, it's hunting time, and we shall have blood. Over to Logical. He's on the Radiant side backlines, being kited around right now. It's currently a dead Roughneck. Meanwhile, the brothers are hunting for kills. They'll find Jamie, who's being kept alive by Nips, who now is forced to die. In comes the charge from the Morphling, stolen from Tusk by the
We'll have
Morphling.
Blink.
And
Can you
there
do
we
it?
go.
No.
Good play from Math. Timed it out perfectly to prevent that blink from happening. And now, well, it's 3 dead heroes. Roshan's still there, but why go Roshan when there's dieback heroes? And Andy knows it. He's in the base hunting Tide.
Oh,
Tide is just dead.
You're gonna have to Ravage. Oh,
Yep.
you just didn't press it at all. So, I mean, I guess they're just conceding the game.
Yep.
There's creeps in the base. Yeah, it's this one is
Yeah, I mean, they're not even saying GG, and Andy would be the one to first say GG. I mean, he knows the game's over. He's hitting Throne. Dominant 2-0 for Proud Papa Seals, and I'm sure Seals everywhere are proud of this 2-0 win.
Yeah, it's I mean, they gave Andy a pretty good Morphling game. He got a lot of net worth Badger, and then he won the game. I'm sure you've seen this one a number of times in your days.
I have. It's
The mid Tide Hunter, though, unfortunately, it was I mean, I guess it wasn't even mid Tide Hunter this game, so maybe that was the issue. They switched up the formula, Badger.
I mean, counter argument is I got to see sort of a Bat Rider mid, which reminds me immensely of 2013. I don't know if you're playing Dota then, but Bat Rider mid was all the rage at the time.
I was 10 years old in 2013, but I did start playing in 2013. To be fair.
It was all the rage at TI3, Bat Rider mid. All the spells did a bunch of damage. It was great. I remember we're damage checking Bat Rider.
I did see that.
32,000 damage. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not quite as high as a certain Froggy 2 Demon Dog, but again, it's hard to outpace the protagonist of the game, though.
Yeah, it really is, Badger. This was I mean, you came to see your boys win, but unfortunately, you got a pretty weak showing from Lechuga. I think they're capable of a little bit more. So it's unfortunate that today was as much of a beatdown as it was. But that's the Demon Dog sometimes. It really is.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Lechuga, they need to turn things around now if they're gonna get out of the basement in their group. prop up a seal. Even they're on the bubble of making top 4 in their group, so you know, big 2 wins to get there.
I guess I don't know. Maybe we play Proud Papa Seals tomorrow. I don't actually know, but I'm realizing now that I think they like I guess they are in our group probably. I actually didn't even realize.
What can you do?
I'm learning a lot today, Badger. We're learning together.
We are indeed. Yes, we are learning together. I mean, I make sense that I didn't know that. I'm surprised that you didn't know the teams in your group.
I just kind of play, I play the games that I'm asked to play,
You
But
know what? That's
I guess
understandable.
are they not? I guess they aren't. I swear we played good guy, but I think it was a scrim. So I think I think I was lying. I think I was getting confused with the scrim with reality. It happens a lot.
What can you do? You know, Dota, it kind of blends. When you play enough Dota games, it kind of blends together. I don't know how many you're up to, but I'm assuming it's around like what, 15,000. So it blends together.
Yeah, it's up there. Definitely. Well, thanks for having me, Badger.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
thanks
a
for coming
pleasure.
on. Do you have any final words, call out, shout out to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo?
I mean, make sure to what is it? I think it's Googie Gaming is what good guy is. That's his Twitch. He's wonderful. You should all go follow him. He cast a lot of our games, I guess. So he's good in my book. He's a good guy
You're
all
saying he's
around.
an all-around good guy.
I would say that. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice to cast. Hopefully, Andy or the likes will find this one and get some humor.
I'm
That's all I
sure they
hope
will.
for.
I'm sure they will. That just seems like the sort of thing where it's like, there's humor to be found. Let's enjoy the humor. Either way, thanks for coming on again, Roho. I already gave you my thank you, but one more thank you just for you. Thanks to the viewers for tuning on in. Thanks to Sniper if you're still here for the sub. Usually in my outro I'd be like, oh, I'll be back at this date. I don't know when I'll be back. It might be months. You never know sometimes, but eventually I will be back to get some more casting in for some more lads. Either way, thank you for tuning in for this League Lads Season 19 action, and as always, have a great night.